mean, I don't want to badmouth him because his show gets better ratings than mine.
Well, Walter and I were shitting on Lizard Lick the other day.
You shit on Lizard Lick, that's fine.
No, we can't because we quick looked up the ratings. And
it was like dwarfed.
Yeah, I think it's the three
CBM.
top shows are Hardcore Pawn, Lizard Lick, and then us. So we get with third billing.
You're at the fucking Lizard Lick table begging for scraps.
Fuck them. They deserve it. They deserve it.
They do. I mean, they put out cotton candy entertainment. That's what America likes to do. Like, after all the hard days at work, and then you come home, you put the news on. It's usually not good news. You just want to just put something on that you don't really have to think about. You just be like, you chuckle at, or you recognize an item, and that's it. And you go to bed, kiss your wife, and start all over again. Start the day all over again.
Wow, man.
Fodder.
That's sad. That just made me depressed. Yeah.
Why is that depressing? That's every day. That's 99% of America's life, man.
God.
It's my life.
That's not your life.
Sure it is.
You're doing a podcast? You're doing a TV show?
Well, I'm not saying it's bad, though. I mean, to me, that's like, what more can you ask
That's
for?
the dream.
You go to work, you work hard.
You already lost me.
Right? Yeah, all right. That's what I said, 99% of America.
Okay, all right.
You go to,
I'm a 1%er.
There's some fucked up 1%. New definition of 1%.
You go to work every day. You try to do the right thing. You come home. You watch the news. It's always not great news. So, you flip the channel. You sit there and you watch it with your wife. You turn it off. You kiss her. You turn over. You go to sleep. You start the day all over again. What's wrong with that?
Wow.
What more should there be?
I don't know. Something, right?
I mean, you can go out.
Every copy of a copy of a copy.
But
yeah, you're at the Golden Corral.
During the
You're
week,
out there having fun.
I went on a cruise.
You went on a cruise? We haven't got to talk about it yet.
No, we haven't. Where'd you go on a cruise to?
Bermuda? You ever been to Bermuda?
Yeah.
Pink Sands.
It's crazy,
gorgeous.
Man. The roads and the scooters.
Yeah.
It's like you got to have a daredevil in you to drive around there, and if you're not on a tour bus.
Did you ride a scooter? No.
Oh, well, Bermuda is where the infamous scooter dude.
What? That was Bermuda?
Bermuda.
Oh, no. Scooter
Took his ride. Rode off with my fiance.
Me and you laughing about it.
Oh, God.
Scooter dude.
It'll never happen to me.
He'll never fucking get her. Never. She loves me.
Beep, beep. What was that?
Oh, you're so much better for it, man.
Yeah,
But wow, what a fucking angry young man. Like, a couple months, I had to fucking nurse a Q back to fucking a state of stable mental health.
Story. People won't know what you're referencing, right?
No, I've told the story a couple. Definitely a live show.
You told it at the live show, yeah.
Yeah.
Where somebody on a scooter. Was there a Bermudian?
Well, no.
Hey, man! That's what a Bermudian sounds like. You look unsatisfied, girl. Up on my scooter.
I feel positive. We had to have told it.
I know we definitely talked about it very briefly at the Ohio
Can you
show.
tell a condensed version so people know, or you don't want that?
No, I don't mind. I don't mind telling the story, but I just feel, fuck it, we'll tell it again.
He's like, I used to watch Pawn Stars and kiss her, go to bed, do the same thing the
I
next
have the
day.
best life ever. A young 24-year-old me.
Real condensed version.
It actually is really great. Like,
it's. I mean, when it's all over, I mean.
Oh.
What did she what was she doing?
I mean, she's just happily married with 3 kids and a nice house, a couple of cars, some pensions. She definitely lost.
what a jerk. But is what she said to you, and I remember you called me immediately after it happened.
What was that?
When I guess she went out dancing with her friends, and you were, yeah.
Well, what happened was I was engaged very young.
How old were you when you were
I was like
engaged?
24.
How old were you? How long were you courting this?
Well, I was with her since I was 18.
So 6 years.
Yeah.
My high school sweetheart.
Yeah. It was going to be special. And
we were different.
This is definitely, I think, this is the bat flying, or this is the Bruce Wayne seeing his parents murdered.
It set off a lot of.
This is what spawned the cue that we all hear. Fingering anything that walks.
This is the monster she created. Yeah.
It was
Anything that walks. Come here. Can I have a finger, you?
So I've struggled with of course various levels of depression over the course of my life, and I had hit like a major one at that point. And
what prior to the wedding?
6 months. This all went down. This night I'm about to tell you about was 6 months before the wedding.
And you were in the throes of a deep depression,
beyond throes,
and you didn't know what it was.
It was just
impending. Was it like you didn't know? If
it was in retrospect. It was, yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of it was your job.
Yep.
Hated this job.
What was his job at the point?
I was selling signs for a, yeah, exactly. for like a.
I wouldn't mean that.
It was like the office. They sell paper.
Yeah.
Same job, but I sold signs, and I didn't have wacky, endearing office mates at all.
You had to hit the pavement to sell these signs.
No, it was worse, really, because you were in a cubicle making phone calls to people who didn't want your phone call.
Hello, sir.
Are you in need of safety signage?
Oh, it was safety signs?
Yeah, it was safety signs. It was like...
Have you cracked your skull open inadvertently?
So I would call pipeline companies. You need to put a certain amount of signage out so people don't dig it up. I would try and sell it to them. Telephone companies, like those numbers on the poles, construction companies, wear your hard hat.
How beaten down were you when you calling these people? Like,
I mean, words.
Did you have the attitude that you should have had to be doing this job, or were you doing it as I may imagine?
I was Johnson-esque in my approach to the job. So, and the guy who fucking ran the company was a total fucking crazy person. And he was like, he installed the program on a computer that every time we made a phone call, we had to log into the computer and put in who I had called, what was the outcome of the conversation. And if you didn't have enough phone calls, he would call you in his office and yell at you. If you had If you had too many, he would call you in the office and say that you were lying and faking the phone calls. So you had to find a sweet spot in the day. And if I called 50 people in a day, 2 would even get past the fucking the phase.
And how much could you make a week selling these signs?
Depends. It depends on how you, there were people in the company who made a lot who supported families on it because they gave a shit.
But that's like, it seems to be like, shouldn't these businesses already have these signs?
Yeah, but
do they need some fucking schlub on the other on a 1-800 line telling them that they need these signs to work?
I will say,
are your signs wearing out, sir?
The signs that were made that this company made, it was called Tech Products. The sign that they made were fucking. The guy who had made the signs patented the way the signs were made, and they will last forever. They'll be here with the cockroaches when the world ends.
Right, but unless it's like a fluorescent arrow saying, "Don't put your hand under this saw." I mean, how is it really going to?
No, it wasn't like I said, like jet fuel pipelines and stuff like that. Or
you put him in the position of now defending his job.
No, not at all. I've always said this about the place. They made fucked up those telephone pole numbers. They'll last I can't believe I remember this, but the aluminum ones will last 7 years. These ones, I'm telling you.
How proud he was of his product.
No, I wasn't.
Other companies, 3-4 years at best. But I remember we were in Key West and just we saw it's like a silver band, like an aluminum band with numbers on it, and you'd be like, "That's Tech Products." It was called, right?
Yeah, Tech Products.
That's Tech Products sign.
Yeah.
No pride or anything.
No joy. It was fucked up.
All right, so you're selling these signs.
So I'm selling these fucking signs, and I'm engaged, and I don't want to be engaged. But
you haven't admitted it to yourself that you don't want to be engaged.
Maybe
you
not.
admitted it to me.
I have philosophies and stuff like that, and getting married. But you're with someone for a long amount of time, and it's expected. And I was too young to know better and shit like that. And she was great. I'm not putting her down at all. But it was fucking. And every day the wedding approached, I was like I'm fucked up.
And is she resenting the fact that you're you're grumpy? You're fucking. You're not the happy dwarf you should be. You're grumpy. Yeah. what's those things? Snow White,
Well, she was 6'1", so I guess
no, I
she could
didn't
have
mean
called me a
dwarf
dwarf.
in stature. I meant like Dopey the dwarf.
Yeah, I was
and
the wrong
happy
dwarf.
and grouchy.
Q.
She had her pick of 7 dwarfs, and she picked.
The one who made Grumpy look chill.
So I'm like, but it got to the point where it's like I'm suicidal, and I'm like,
Really?
It's like I mean, Brian will tell you, I was like,
It was pretty bad. Yeah.
it was like I don't even want to live. Like I don't want to face this future that I'm facing, and I don't know how to get out of it because I don't have the tools or the experience to know I can just walk away from something that's not making me happy. But I was like, oh man. So I was like, I gotta do something.
Plus, you had like an engagement party, and it's like you say, once that ball's rolling and people have expectations,
Very hard.
Family.
Yeah. Wedding invitations are out. We're 6 months away from the fucking wedding. So I'm actually all right. So we went on separate vacations. I went to
Bad
Key
sign
West
right away, right?
Nah, not really. It wasn't. I mean, it is, I guess.
But I mean, like, even who does that though? Who goes on separate vacations?
No,
before you get
what
married?
happened was her friends that she grew up with, their family go every year on this cruise, and she went with them most years, so she went with them on that year.
Okay.
And I was like, well, fuck it, you're going out of town. I'm going to go to Key West with Brian. So we go to Key West, and we had a good time. And I'm not known for my cheating, right? You could attest to that. And so I didn't do anything. And I didn't really speak to her for a week. And then at the end of the both our trips,
Is that not strange? Every day
she's
that
on a-
goes by.
she's on a cruise.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
and this was
Mike couldn't get hold of me either.
yeah, and this was before cell phones really and shit like that.
Mike was wondering. I was like, he better not be scooting around with some other comic book store owner.
So we're driving up the Keys on our way back to the airport, right?
Yeah.
Like when the trip was over, and finally I got her on the phone, and I could just tell.
Really, you knew it right away?
Did I not know it right away?
Yeah.
Got back in the car, and I was like, I said, I don't think she cheated on me. I was like, but she's got something to admit to me. I could tell.
How could you be that perceptive?
I just
He wasn't immediately started calling her a cum rag.
no, I didn't call her cum rag. You called her cum rag. You didn't call her cum rag. You called her a Puerto Rican cum rag.
Well, you didn't stop me, so.
We laughed and laughed because then it became like she was on vacation and there was some Puerto Rican guy there, and then that was it. She fucked. No, this was his.
Oh, okay.
This was Brian's story.
You're helping him, I see.
Yeah.
I'm talking him down.
What a friend.
And he was delighting in the fact that she cheated on me, fucked this guy, and he pumped twice and then came. Do you remember any of this? It was like he didn't even make her come. He just used her and walked away.
She's a Puerto Rican cum rag.
So that's how my friend's handling it. But I wasn't worried because I was like, I knew she wouldn't cheat because, like,
Right. And you're still in Key West then when you talk to her?
Yeah, but we're on the way home. Like, we're driving up the Keys. I had found the payphone or whatever.
Two could play at that game. Started sucking a cock right away.
Puerto Rican guy. So I get home and it comes out that she
How quickly?
very quickly. It was
In
right
the
away.
first hour?
There was nothing wrong. Like she was like, look, she's like, I just want you to know that my friend's cousin came on this cruise, and you know what I mean, and everybody was there. I just hung out with them, and when everybody ran around the scooters, and this is where the scooter dude part comes in. She was like, I would just ride on the scooter with him, and that was it. And she said that was it, and whatever. It's like I still believe that was it. It didn't matter to me. And I'm not a jealous person, so it didn't bother me really. And I had my own problems going on with my own fucking head and stuff like that. And I was like, whatever. I mean, I don't think I was thrilled about it, but I wasn't like, you fucking bitch, blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever. What are you going to do?
She told you.
She told me. She rode on a scooter with this guy. So
The most demeaning of all forms of transportation when cheating.
Yeah, it's not like the back of a limo or in a champagne glass pool or
it's a
something.
rented scooter.
On the top. What are those pools in limos if they have those?
Oh, yeah, the hot tub.
Not a hot tub. She didn't need anything fancy.
So, all right.
A little bit of go-kart.
a unicycle or some shit like that. All right, so that was that, and I'm having these feelings, and